Do you see my screen يا شباب? Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Excel sheet, very good. So let's assume this. I'm going to use this example to explain for you indexing inshallah اليوم يعني. As I thought of using an example is better يعني. Assume this is my table. This is a student table. Assume I have how many students? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 students يعني تقريبا يعني. This is the ID, this is the first name, the major, the building number, and the room number. Maybe this is for the housing يعني. So I'm going to add one more information. I want to see where everyone is in the disk block. So I have a disk. I want to store the records into a disk block, into the disk يعني. So let me just put the disk block here. Assume that each disk block can take only 2 records, okay? It can take only 2. Assume this is a very big, maybe this is like 2,000 bytes. Also, this is 2,000 bytes. I am showing you only ID, first name, major, building number, room number, but there are others. So assume this is 2,000, this is 2,000. If this is 2,000, this is 2,000, and this is 4,000, how many can I put here, Shabab?
Can you repeat, Doctor?
2000.
Exactly. Let's assume this is only 4,000 bytes. معي ولا 4K هذا 4K 4K 4K. Each block is how many? 4K صحيح? 4,000 bytes. And let's assume that each record is 2,000 bytes. عندي ID, first name, major, building number, كل معلومات موجودة في السطر هذا مثلا. So let's assume this is like 4,000 bytes. Sorry, 2,000 bytes. So if this is 2, how many of them can I put here? This is 4,000. Okay, Shabab?
Yes.
So my record size is 2,000. My block size is 4,000. So how many records can I put per block?
2.
2. Very good. So it means because this is 2,000, this is 2,000 خلاص. I can only put 2 هنا و2 هنا و2 هنا و2 هنا. متفقين معي شباب? Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Very
Yes,
good.
it's clear.
So let me put the block number where everyone is stored. Let me put the block number here. Let me call it block number, BNO, block number. Let me assume that these 2 are in the same block. So let's assume they are in block number 34, block number 34, مثلا, okay? Let's assume also these 2 are in the same block. Let me say this is block number 16, also block number 16. Okay, so one of them is 34, one of them is 16. هذا واضح يا شباب الإكزامبل هذا ولا لا؟
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's say this is block number 23, block number 23. Let's say this is block number 123, this is block number 123. Let's assume this is block number 32, this is block number 32. Let's assume this is block number 11, this is also block number 11, and so on. Oh, I'm sorry, and so on. Is this clear? Where they are?
Yes, Doctor.
Very good. So, how many blocks do I have? I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I have only 6 blocks. معي ولا 6 blocks. So let me get rid of this معلش. So I have 6 blocks. Let me put them here. These are data blocks. They contain the data. So each one of them, they contain 2 records فقط. And they are not sorted. The records are not sorted. So I'm going to put the blocks here بدل ما اخذهم مع في الديسك كده يكون confusing يعني. So what are the block numbers? عندي 34, عندي 16, عندي 23. Assume this is 34. Block 34. Block 26. Is that 26? 16, sorry. And 23. So this is 16 and 23. And 16. This is block 23. (123) and 32. And the block 123. This is block 32. آخر واحد 11 تقريبا. So this is my data. I have 6 blocks now. So I have two records هنا وتو records هنا، two records هنا، two records هنا، two records هنا، two records هنا. هل هذا واضح يا شباب ولا لا؟ Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Now let's create an index. So I'm going to create red blocks. Let's assume each index takes, the index is based on ID. So the index is based on ID. So let me take all the IDs, copy them, and let's create another sheet. So this sheet contains the ID. Control, did I write ID or no? Let me put this one like 18. And brick. Let me go and copy this. Copy it. Let me copy them here. But where are they, each one of them? They are in this block number. So take where they are and each one of them. The first index. This index is called ID index. Let me call it IDX or something. So this is my table. This is a student table, rename. So this is my student table. And this is my ID index. So I write like this one, rename. So this is ID X. X means ID index. Okay, Shabab? Is this clear? How I created this index?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Always index is sorted. So let's sort them. Always index is sorted. So let's sort this. Let me go to data and sort this according to the ID because this is my attribute. So we sort it according to ID, ascending order. So they are sorted now. So from 11, 22 and 11 موجود في 32. So 11 موجود فين? 11 موجود في 32 and so on. After you sort them, you save them. Let me save them the following. Let's assume that each four of them, it can be put in one block. Each four of them, okay? So now I have the red blocks. How many do I need? Let's assume if I can put each four of them in one block. After these four, I'll put them in the same block. I'll 400 in the same block. I'll 400 in the same block. Let's assume this is, let me put the block number here. Block. Let's assume this is in block number 36. This is also in block number 36. Assume كده يعني. Let's assume this is in block number 22. Block 22. Block 22. What about this? This is a block 100 and let's say block number 6. Oh, so what did I do? So block 6. So what do I have now? I have four of them. 4 of them. أربعة بس اللي عندي. And this contains 4 records, 4 records, 4 records, 4 records. So what are the 4 records? هم هذول. So 11, 22, 33, 77. هذول كلهم موجودين فين؟ Block number 36. So this is what you write. So in fact, what I should do is, this is the ID, this is a block number, and they are in block number 36 and block number 22. So this is 36, block number 36. This is block number 22. Block number, oh, there are only 3 of them, صحيح? معلش, there are only 3.
Yes.
And this is block number 6. So let me delete this extra block. So now, لو لاحظت, if I go here, I can find out where, for example, record number ايش. For example, here, what do I have? What is stored هنا? عندي 4 record. What are the 4 record? هم هذول النص. عنده 11 موجود في 32, 22 موجود في 11, 33 موجود في 32, 77 موجود في 11. هذا اللي عندي. هذه المعلومات اللي عندي في الفيرست block. In the second block, this is the information that I have. I have only 4 records. آخر واحد هذا المعلومات اللي عندي. Is that clear for you يا شباب? And they are sorted. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, very good. So an index always finishes with only one block. So we need to make another index الحين. So another index, let me create index. It's the same but level 2 يعني. So this is also IDX, but level 2. So this is level 1. Let me call this one level 1. Rename this one. This is level 1. Let me have another one. Rename. Again, this is IDX, but what with level 2. So always you should go create levels until you finish with only one block. Level 2, IDX2. So let me put هنا الحين level 2 for you. Let me make this one big, like 18 عشان تشوفوا كويس. Yes. So what do I have? Again, this is the same thing. I have ID and I have what? I have ID and I have a block number. Now what am I going to put here الحين? I'm going to put the following. First of all, take only the first one from here. أول واحد بس. فهمت علي؟ block number 11. هذا موجود فين؟ موجود في block 36. So you say the first one is 11. موجود في 36. Then take the first one from 22, the first one from 36, the first one from 22, the first one from 6. So you take only 3. So هنا it is 111 موجود في كم؟ موجود في 22. 111 في 22. And this can talk how many? It can talk up to 4. فما عندنا مشكلة الحين. It can take up to 4 يعني. Otherwise we have to build another index برضو. بس هذا عشان تاخد 4 حيكفينا إن شاء الله. The last one is block number 6 عندها إيش؟ عندها 666 مثلا. So 666. كم؟ block number 6. What do I have? I created one extra block. I took the first record هنا, the first record هنا, and the first record هنا, and I put the 3 of them here. So the first one is pointing to this 256. Is this 56 or 36? 36. عشان كده if you look at this one, that's why this one is 36. The second one is pointing to what? Is pointing to this. It's telling me موجود في block 22. So في block 22. وآخر واحد this one موجود في block number 6. هذا اللي عندي. وطبعا هذول برضو it's telling me what do I have? This one I have also pointers. What are the pointers? Let me show you. I have 2 records. I have 4 records هنا برضو عندي. 4 ريكورد عندي. ايش هم ال4 ريكوردز هذول؟ Let me show you. Sorry. هم ال4 ريكوردز هم هذول مشكلة. هذول هم هذاك موجود في 32 هذاك موجود في 11 والثاني في 32 والثاني في 11 يعني جات كده يعني 32 و 11. أول واحد موجود في 32 and 32. ثاني واحد موجود في 11 في بعيد. ثالث واحد برضه موجود في 32. آخر واحد موجود في 11.
So Doctor, it's
Yes.
like a B plus 3,
It
yes?
is excellent, excellent. I'm glad you noticed that. This is a B plus 3, in fact. It's a B plus 3. Now, what are the values that I have here يا شباب? What are the IDs اللي عندي هنا؟ خلي نشوفهم. هنا عندي 11, 111 and 66. They are sorted. You know why they are sorted? لأنه أخذت هذا أول بعدين هذا بعدين هذا. They are sorted already. معي ولا يا شباب؟ So that's why يعني because هذا أصغر من هذا وهذا أصغر من هذا. Now I have only 3 values هنا عندي إيش؟ What are the 3 values اللي موجودين هنا؟ لو نسيتهم معلش. 11 وإيش الثاني؟ 111 وآخر واحد من هو 666. So I have 11 معلش حكتبهم هنا. عندي 11 وعندي 111 وعندي إيش؟ وعندي 666. So this is what we will do now. Let me write a select statement الحين. Select star from the student table where ID is equals to خلينا ناخذ واحد من الاي ديز. خلينا ناخذ مثلا الاي دي 70 مثلا اي دي 333 مثلا زي ناخذ هذا مثلا ابغى ادور على 333 فين موجود؟ ولا اي دي ايكوال 333 كيف ادور عليه يا شباب الحين؟ Where is he exactly?
You compare him with the first block, 11
First of all, exactly, fantastic. First start from this block. He cannot be in 11 because 11 because anything which in this block is less than 111, صحيح?
Yes.
He cannot be, this is the smallest in the third block, this is the smallest, so he must be here. تتفقوا معايا ولا؟
Yes.
He must be here. لأنه هذا 666 أصغر واحد هنا. وأنا أبغى أدور على مين؟ على 333. So 333 cannot be here. 333 cannot be here. It has to be here. So what do? You keep going until you find a bigger number. Then you know it's automatically, it is in the one above that. Is this point clear? ولا لا?
Yes.
So he must be here. He must be, because this block starts from 111. This block starts from 636, 666. شايفين انتو؟ شايفين انتو؟ This block starts from what? From 111 والثاني starts from 11 بعدين 111 آخر واحدة كم في عندنا هنا؟ عندنا فيها 555 معناتها زين عليه. وهذا بدأت من 666 معنا. خلينا هذول كلهم حيكونوا في بلوك واحد خليهم أصفر. وهذول حيكونوا في البلوك الوسطانية خليهم لون ثاني مثلا this. وهذا الأبيض كله في لون في محل واحد نخليها مثلا نخليها مثلا أبيض ما مشكلة. So this is one block, this is another block, this is another. So I'm looking for 333. So what I have in the index is the first one from the white blocks, the first one from the green blocks, and the first one from what? From the yellow block. Are you with me يا شباب؟ هذا اللي عندي في level 2. في level 2 always I take only one from each block. Now I'm looking for 333. 333 مستحيل يكون هنا لأنه البلوك اللي بعده تبتدي من 111 و 333 أكبر من what؟ من 111. Is 333 here? No, because in this block we start with 666, which is the smallest number. So 330 must be in block number 22. So what I will do is I will go to block number 22. So block number 22 is here. So I will find him in block number 22. So he must be one of this in this block here. So now in block number 22, what do? I look for 333. Oh, I will find him here. So where is he now? He is exactly in block number 23. So you will find him in block number 23. So I will go to block number 23. So I will find him in block number 23. So he must be here. So in fact, he is here. Yeah, he's in block number 23. So simply, if I explain this way for you, this will take you to this. This will take you to the right block here. This is how the searching is done in databases. So you will only look one from this block. So you will read this block. Then after that one, this will take you to this block. صحيح؟ أخذنا يا block. أخذنا البلوك هذه ولا؟ أخذنا البلوك هذه ولا البلوك هذه؟ أخذنا البلوك هذه صحيح؟
36 أتوقع.
لا أخذنا هذا في عدد 666 أخذنا في block 22. Let's assume this is block number 97 مثلا. So أول مرة your root. So you have to read block number 97. So you read this one. It will cost you 8 milliseconds. But no, block number 97 will tell you to which block to go to the next level. So search هنا, it will tell you exactly, go to block number 22. So the next one you read is block number 22. Now you go and search block number 22, you are searching for 333. It will tell you exactly where 333. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? هتعرف من هنا. ايش عندي في block number 22؟ عندي 4 values. So in block number 22 عندي في block number 22 عندي 4 and I'm looking for 333. So what is 333? Oh, so 333 is here, but he is in block number what? Block number 23. So I will go to block number 23. So this is what I have in block number 23. I have these 2 values in block number 23, and one of them is 333. So I found this guy in the block 133. So I will find him in this block here. Where is it? Block 23. So in fact, he's here. He's here. So those 2 records, 666 and 333, they are both of them here. So this is how searching is done يا شباب. Do you have any question ولا لا؟
It's clear then.
It's clear. Very good. I'm glad. خلينا نكبر الحين. Let's take the Chinese population table وندور على واحد منهم. تذكر المرة اللي فاتت أخذنا منها حوالي 9 يوم. So let's see now if I use this technique, how much it will cost me. Let's assume my block size is the following. Now, be careful. This is will come in the exam. It will come in the exam. Okay, so you better understand it. Now I have a disk and many blocks. And each block, let's assume it is 4K, 4,000 bytes. Let's take CPT, Chinese population table. The Chinese population table. And the Chinese population table contains 1 billion records. 10 to the power of 1 billion is 10 to the power of 10. صحيح يا شباب؟ Or 10 to the power of 9, sorry. 1 billion records. Okay. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 9. Let's assume the size of each of this is 400 bytes. So tell me, how many data blocks do I need? Data blocks, block blocks. How many do I need? I'm not talking about the index still. How many? So
you need 400 divided by 4.
Exactly, 4,000 divided by what? Because each block is 4,000, so divide by what? By 400. So to find out the blocking factor. Let's find out the blocking factor. Blocking factor معناته simply how records can I put? How many records can I put in a block? If a record is 400 and the block is 4,000, so what's the blocking factor يا شباب؟ 4000 بايتس عندي في بلوك واحدة، وكل ريكورد كم هو؟ 400. So this will give me how many? 10. What it means is I can put 10 هنا و 10 هنا و 10 هنا. So I will have many blocks or data blocks. بسميها block ما مشكلة. Okay. I don't know how many I will need, but what I know one thing is I have 10 هنا. I have 10 of them here. I have 10 of them here, and so on. But how many records do I have, Shabab?
10 to the power 8.
10 to the power of 8. I have 10 to the power of 9 records, so you're right. This will be 10 to the power of 8 blocks. هيكون عندي. هل هذا واضح؟ قالوا ما نبتدي في الريد blocks يا شباب. Is this clear?
Yes.
Very good. Now let's start now the red blocks. Let me clean this. Let's create only one index for now, the ID index. So let's assume the Chinese have ID and the ID is, let's say it's 10 bytes. Okay, so I'm going to create an index out of all the Chinese people, but this index is based on the ID. Let's assume one of the attributes is ID. And how many records do I have? Shabab. So this is ID, and this is a block number, okay, always يعني. So let's assume the block number is 30 bytes عشان نعمل calculation سهل يعني equals to 30 byte. Well, ID is 10 bytes ما مشكلة 10 bytes. Let's assume each block is 4,000. and 96 حنستخدمها في هي 4096 بس 96 عندنا استخدام ثاني لها ما مشكلة. فحنستخدم 4000 بس 4000 bytes. So now, first of all, how many IDs do I have يا شباب?
10 to the power 9.
Very good. For each Chinese, they have one ID. So the number of IDs is 10 to the power of 9. So my index contains 10 to the power of 9 rows يا شباب. Now, what is the blocking factor of the index?
4000 and
Very good. So we have 4,000. Let's take it's 4,000, but let's take 4,000 عشان calculation يكون سهل. And each record is how big is each record?
40.
40.
40. This is 10. This is 30. 40.
102.
So minus how many equals to how much?
100.
102.
102 بس خليت 96 عشان يكون سهل. Okay. 100. So what it means is in the red blocks I will not have only 10 but I will have 100. But don't forget they are sorted, صحيح? Because index is always what? We sort index all the time, like what I did here. مش عملت sort هذا? So we sort them, okay? Now I will have 100 هنا, 100 هنا, 100 هنا, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. We are going to build our B plus 3 now. نمسح هذا عشان يكفيني. Okay, tell me, how many do I need?
10 to the power 7.
10 to the power 7, yes.
Very good, excellent, because I have 10 to the power of 9 records. And if I put 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, the number of blocks will be 10 to the power of
7.
9 divided by 100, 10 to the power of 7. Which is equals to 10 to the power of 9 divided by 100. وهذا جبناه ازاي؟ هذا جبناه طبعا قلنا 10 to the power of 9 وكل بلوك عنده 10 divided by 10 على 9. So is my index finished? No. My index should finish only in one block. معايا ولا يا شباب؟ Now what do I do? Again, I need another level 2. So let me call this one level 1. Always this is level 0. الداتا تعتبر دائما level 0 يا شباب, okay? Index starts from level 1. This is level 2 now. So I must have another level here. الحين لو فهمتوني حتكلموني كم بلوكس حيكون عندي تلمي.
1 block.
طبعا هنا
I'm sorry.
ما تنسى I can only put 100 هنا صحيح؟ Because
yes,
what I have is ID and block number هنا. I can only put 100 here صحيح؟ I can only put 100 هنا. But how many records do I have? I will take one from هنا. هاخد واحد من هذا. هاخد واحد من هذا. واحد من هذا. واحد من هذا. فهاخد قد ايش؟
10 to the power of 7.
10 to the power of 7. Very good. So this will be equals to, I will have 10 to the power of 7 records.
Divided by 100.
Divided by 100. Excellent. So at this level, I will have 10 to the power of 5 what?
Record. Yes.
Okay. Do I stop? No.
No.
I have to stop only when I reach 3. So I will go to level 3. معايا ولا؟ Then again, another 100 here. So another 100 here. So how many of them? Now I will take only one from here, one from here, one from here, one from here this time. معايا يا شباب?
Yes.
So I'm going to take, I only have 100 from each block 1. So I have 10 to the power of 5 blocks في الليفل هذا. Divided by 100 again. صحيح?
Yes.
This will give me 10 to the power of what? 3.
3.
معايا ولا؟ So I have 1,000 of them here. Do I stop? No, I only stop when I reach what?
1.
1 block. So I'm going to have a number of blocks here. I don't know how many. How many shabab I will have?
10 to the power of 3 divided by 100.
Exactly, 10 to the power of 3 divided by 100. I will have only how much?
10.
10. So I still have 10. So I will go and put them in a different block, level number 5. Do I need, how many blocks do I need for this one?
1.
Very good, خلاص. 1. I can put all the 10 in يعني. This can take 100.
It should not be يعني عادي تكون not full يعني.
Oh yeah, عادي. In fact, many of them are not full. هتلاقي كده يعني. So this is like a B plus 3 يا شباب. You have 10 pointers جاي من هنا, or you have 100 pointers من هنا, 100 pointers من هنا, 100 pointers من هنا, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. So now let's find a Chinese person, any Chinese person. Select star from the Chinese population table, where ID equals to something. Whatever the ID is, how do you find him now? First of all, you go to the roots. then the root will tell you to go to the second one, one of them. And it will tell you, maybe it will tell you to go to this. So you will read only one from here and one from here. Then it will tell you, oh, you will find him here in this block, so you go to this one. Then this will tell you, okay, you will find him here. Then you read this block. This will tell you, oh, you can find him here. You read this block. Then this will tell you can find him here. Then you will find him in this block. So how many blocks did I? 1 from the level 0, 1 from level 1, 1 from level 2, 1 from level 3, 1 from level 4, and 1 from level 5. So in fact, I read 6 blocks. So I can find any Chinese person in just 6 readings. And 6 blocks, معناته each block it will consume 0.8 milliseconds. 8 milliseconds معناته ايش؟ Less than how many? Which is 48 milliseconds. معناته 48 over 1,000 of a second, which is very, very
less than a second.
Huh?
Less than a second.
Less than a second بكثير يعني. So this is what we call index. هذا نسميه index, and the index is normally organized like a B cluster. فهمتوا how the index works يا شباب ولا؟
Yes. So
Okay.
Doctor,
Yes, please.
if a data was updated, do we
Yes.
do it as the B+3?
Very good, excellent, excellent. So if data is updated now, you will going to divide this one. Maybe this is full. Maybe added the data here. Suppose I'm going to add a data here. These are not sorted. So let's say I will add a new block. So hey, each time I insert a data, I'm going to have a new block, a black block. This is going to be black. Then I might have to insert here. Then maybe I have to insert here. Maybe I have to insert here. Maybe I have to insert here. Then what about if this is full? There is no room. Then you have to divide it like what you do in B+3. But I'm not going to ask you to do that in course. Okay? We don't have time to go to B+3 and so on. But if you go back to your B+3, if a block is full because you are adding new data, and then automatically maybe this is full, so you are going to split this one into 2 and so on. Okay, then once you split this one into 2, then maybe this will be split into 2 and so on and so on. And so the way it's split is the way B+3 is split. So if you really want to understand how B+3, I think you have to go back into your what they call into your ICS202 course, okay? Because B+3 حتاخد مننا يوم كامل يعني, which حصة كاملة يعني, which I don't want to, which is not important for me. خلاص انت عديت ICS202 وجيتوا على ICS324. But you are right, that's what will happen يعني. Okay? I'm not going to ask you what will happen to the B+3 if we have to add a new record and it is full. ما هسألكم كده. Okay, but go back and understand it from your ICS202. Do you understand, Shabab?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
So tell me, how many blocks did I use in the index? The index, because the index is now levels. It's only one index, Shabab, but it has levels. So how many blocks did I use? For the data, I used 10 to the power of 9 blocks, or 10 to the power of 8 blocks.
Yes.
But for the what they call for the index, I use 7, زائد 10 to the power of 5, زائد 10 to the power of 3, زائد 10 to the power of 1, زائد 1. So add all of these reds together. So this is the size of the index. So this is how you build a B+3, and this is how you do the calculations. Yeah. So if I give you the number of records, the size of the block, and the number of the size of each record, automatically you should calculate all of this by yourselves. Yeah. So this is a typical exam question and a typical. And you have to. I think my next homework will be on this one, inshallah. Any question? Okay, I hope it's clear for you. Okay, so let me take you to the next level. What about if this was sorted? فكروا الحين يا شباب. What about if I sorted this one by ID?
It is sorted and always sorted, even if elements
No, it's not sorted. We don't sort it at all.
The second level is
I'm not talking about the index here. I'm talking about the data, the black blocks.
Okay.
Suppose I went and this is what I did. They were not sorted here, صحيح? What about if I sort them by ID? First name. الحين سوري by ID. Now الفايل صار sequential ما صار هيب الحين. فهمت يا شباب؟ Now this became ايش؟ sequential file. I converted it from heap to sequential because now the data blocks are sorted. What I mean by that is معناته ايش؟ I will have block numbers. Okay, block. So this will be sorted. So what I'm saying is I'm going to put now after I sort them. So this is what I'm going to do. Sorry. After I sort them, I'm going to put maybe to plug this one in block 123, 123. Sorry, what is the first block in? 123. Maybe I'll put this one 11, 11. Oh, sorry, it can take only two. Say 11, 11. Maybe this two will go to 23 and 23. Block 23. This may be block 34 or block 34. وهذا عندنا بلوك ثاني. في بلوك مسحت بالغلط. block number مسحت هذا. It's okay. So I have another block 16. مسحت 16. Let's assume this is 16. 16. ايش اللي اخر واحد مسحته؟ سوري. $34, $32, yes, $32. So I sorted them, and the smallest one I put in 123, and so on. يعني. So this is now we call this one ISAM because it's sorted الحين. So block 123 will be the first one, then 111 will be the second one. So this is how they will be. So what will happen is like as if you have, as if this is block 123, they are sorted now. And واللي بعد منه block 11 and so on. So after you sort them, so the data is sorted now. If the data is sorted now, Shabab, do you think there will be any change here?
It should be faster, a little bit faster.
Very good. So if this is already sorted, I will not take everyone. I will take only the first one from here, the first one from here, the first one from here, and the first one from here. So I don't have to take all the 10 to the power of 9. فهمت علي? I will only take one from each. So I will start from 10 to the power of 8. I don't need to take anyone because if they are not sorted, أنا غصب عني I have to take anyone. But if they are already sorted, no, I will take only one from each. Do you understand why the reason is why I'm doing that? ولا ما واضحة؟
واضحة.
Yes, to make it fast. The first step is to sort it. You have done it. So
exactly. If the data is already sorted, there is no point of taking everyone.
Yes.
Take only the first one from here, the first one from here, the first one. So you will save space حتى يعني. فهمت علي? It will also be, maybe it will be shorter كمان يعني. You will not have 5 levels. Maybe you will have 4 levels. معي ولا إيه? So what will happen is you are not going to start from what? From you don't need to take all the 10 to the power of 9 records. Take only 10 to the power of 8. So this will be 10 to the power of 8 divided by 100. So this will be 10 to the power of 6. This will be what? So this will not be 10 to the power of 7. This will be 10 to the power of 6 divided by 100. So this will be 10 to the power of 4. Then 10 to the power of 4 divided by 100 will give me how much? 10 to the power of 2. 10 to the power of 2 divided by 100 will give me just 1. So في النهاية ما حيكون عندي 5 levels, حيكون عندي 4 levels فقط. So حوفر level يعني. So is sorting a good idea طيب?
Yes.
Only good idea, only for ID. What about if I am going to search by name? حينفعني sorting هذا؟
No.
ما حينفعني. What about by last name? It's only حينفعني only for one field فقط. الsorted الفيلد اللي عملته للsort ولا عمل index view بس. Otherwise, it will not be useful for the other columns يعني. So if my select statement is on the sorting attribute, which is in this case ID, it will work fine. وفرت شوية يعني. But if I am going to search by first name, for example, if I have select star from CPT where first name is Chin, for example, now ما فيش فايدة لأنه this is sorted by ID, not by name. So مش حينفعني ها. So I need to take every name بعد كده. So I have to start from 10 to the power of 9 in that case, not from 10 to the power of 8. فهمت يا شباب what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Very good. So what I said in short is the following. Let's say I have the Chinese population table. It has many columns. Let's say this is ID column. This is first name column, and so on. And it has 10 to the power of 9 what? Of 9 records. Now, if I create an index on this one, so it will be like a B plus 3 index. I also can create another index for this one. Another index for this one. For each column, I can create this last name. I can do that. It's not a good idea to do that, okay? But I can create many indexes here. Now, if the data is sorted on ID, this one doesn't have, suppose if I have 10 to the power of 9, معناته it will start from 10 to the power of 8 records هنا. ما حيكون عندكم, I don't need also 10 to the power of 9. أما هذول كلهم حيكونوا 10 to the power of 9, حنبتدي من 10 to the power of 9 because according to this first name, things are not sorted. So what I'm saying is my first level of the index will have 10 to the power of 9 records if they are not sorted. But if it's sorted, then the ID index will have only 10 to the power of 8. هذا الكلام اللي قلته. Is this واضح يا شباب ولا لا?
Yes, دكتور.
So sorting this one is not easy. 10 to the power of 9 will take your time. فالناس يقول لك ايش? Why do we have to sort? خلاص, no need to sort because sort حينفعنا only for one field. So that's why they don't sort. They just leave it heap. So that's why heap is the most popular one. Okay, Shabab? But don't go and create indexes for every area. Maybe create maybe 2 or 3 indexes. Don't create many indexes. Maybe just few indexes. Maybe this is okay, maybe this is okay, this is okay. So how do I choose? This is a job of a DBA. The DBA knows what to choose. You will take some courses as a DBA and then you will select some attributes. Otherwise, if you are going to create so many indexes, they will consume a lot of space. And each time you insert a new row or you delete a new row or you add a row, then you have to go and update all of them, which is time consuming. So you have to be very careful when you create an index. They are good, but they have something bad. Okay, so I will continue from this next class. Do you have any question? Okay, let me stop here, and then I will talk about the final a little bit and the next quiz.